right, let's see who's next. We have Aries, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, and Libra left. Let's see who Spirit wants next. Two of Swords. I'm pretty sure that's Libra. It is. Okay, Libra, this is your reading. Okay, now just take whatever resonates. Leave the rest. That means don't make it make sense, okay? I do tarot a little bit differently. I tell you, explain the cards to you, the meanings, what they're saying, and that way you tell your story. Not every Libra could be possibly going through what every other Libra is going through, okay? So, but it's not going to fit for everybody either. So like I said, just take it as it resonates. If you want something that's more detailed and more personal for you, then my email is in the description box, okay? All right, guys. And I will never, ever, like, I noticed it. Oh, you guys, what's going on? Holy cow, everything just flew out at me. Did you hear that? I'm not going to take these, though. I'll take that one. Everything just flew out at me, so something might have happened unexpectedly or is going to happen unexpectedly. But as I was saying, I don't remember what I was saying because that just totally, that totally took my mind somewhere else. Oh yeah, just the readings right now. I will always be very transparent with you guys. So I know there's a lot of readings going around that they're either recycling their readings or they're telling you to pick a card but not even showing you the card. It's just weird. I mean, to each their own. I don't, that's on them. I'm just saying I will never do that, okay? Look at all these cards that came out. I'm not going to take these. We'll leave these 5, but just letting you know that the World card in reverse came out and this came out, okay? All right, Libra. But because that was way too many. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so we're going to do 5. And usually I only do 4, so we'll do 5, though, because they want. And then we'll clarify, too, okay? So you're not going to be missing anything. So this first card is going to be, oh yeah, then please trust that whenever you're meant to see this, you're meant to see this. Our energy, it draws like magnets to the things that we need. Whenever you're meant to watch this reading is when you're meant to watch it, okay? It could be a year from now, it could be 3 years from now, whatever draws you to it, okay? Trust the process and trust in your intuition and trust the universe, all right? All right, so the first card is going to be the 7 of Wands. Wands represents our fire signs, which is like our passion, our drive, our spirit, right? So 7s on the tree of life are illusionary success, meaning that we think that we're successful, but it's just an illusion. We're not there at the 10 yet, so it couldn't possibly be. 7s are like victory, desire. Venus, they are ran by Venus, so Venus is the planet of love. But it is illusionary success, like what we desire, what we want, how we use the energy to get what we want, right? So right here, this is 7 of Wands. This one right here, this is Mars and Leo. Okay, so Mars is a planet of fire. Leo is pride or our ego, or being strong, right? So this card in particular is called the Lord of Valor. Okay, so it means that you're harnessing your higher forces. You're holding off, but you're not giving up. Okay, but you're not fighting. Give it to God. So what that means is, if you can see here, this guy is already on a slippery slope. He's got 2 different shoes on. And he's trying to fight all these wands by himself. Spirit is telling you, you cannot do that, okay? You've been through enough and too much, and you cannot do that. But you're not giving up. So you're holding them off. You're not giving up, because we can't give up. And you're not fighting either. So the only thing that's left to do is to give it to God. So give it to God, okay? Don't give up. That's not giving up. You're not giving up. You're holding them off, and you're doing a very good job, but it's too much for you. So give it to God. God will handle it. I promise you. Okay, and then we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. So 5s on the tree of life are testing, their severity, their conflict. Okay, Wands, same thing, fire sign, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I wouldn't doubt if you're dealing with a fire sign right now. It doesn't have to be, it just could be the energy you're in or the energy that's around you, okay? So right here you can see this is on the lower polarity, which means it's in reverse. So it's going to mean the opposite definition or opposite meaning, right? So the 5 of Wands would be like, if, like, you can see that they're fighting, right? But they're not really hitting each other. So this is also this is Saturn and Leo. Okay, so Saturn is a planet of karma. So this is war, this is karma. Okay, and then Leo. So again, Leo. So you could be dealing with a Leo. So this is the Lord of Strife. Okay, so in reverse, this is where. So if this were upright, right? This would mean, like, see that they look like they're fighting. But this card means to learn how to sport royally. And okay, so that means like embracing the battle of life, but you're fighting fair, I guess you could say, right? You're sporting royally. Because you can see right now, these people are not really hitting themselves. okay? But this is in the lower polarity, so this is telling me that this is where the competition turns cutthroat, okay? People are out to win by all means at all, and or you could just withdraw from it, like you don't want to even have to deal with it. There's no more fight left in them. So like I said, either you're not fighting anymore, you're holding off, but it's too hard, right? So I don't think that you've given up, but this is where it's turned cutthroat, right? This is where people are going to win at all costs. They're not sporting royally, if you will, okay? Or there's no fight left in you, and that's what it looks like, right? So this is the Nine of Swords. Swords represents our behaviors, our thought process, our mentality, if you will. Nines are accumulation of its suit. So if you think of a sword, it looks like a mirror, right? So it mirrors the quality of our minds. And you can see here this person is laying on the bed, and look at there's fighting right here underneath. So this is like where it's agony. It's like, you know, it's anxiety that's keeping them up, or they're having nightmares even. You know, this is pretty much where you can tell that the mind, you know, this is whatever the situation is getting to you. So this is Mars and Gemini. So once again, planet of war. And Gemini is the planet of thought or communication. So you can see here, there's a war of your mind, right? So this card is called the Lord of Despair. And this is like the dark night of the soul, okay? There's anxiety, there's worry, there's fear. But the thing is that we learn from this, okay? This is where we need to learn to turn inward. And like, if you see right here, there's a comforter right here, and the symbols are spirit. So spirit is comforting you. So this is where you need to learn to turn inward for comfort and seek a spiritual source. That's giving it to God. That's talking to your spirit guides. Whatever you need to do, pray, you know, whatever you need to do, but get out of your heads, okay? We're always geared to go to the most extreme. So get out of your head. Overthinking this is not going to help. So then we have the Justice card. This is your energy. This is your card in the Major Arcana. This is number 11. So 1 + 1 is 2. This is about balance and partnership, right? So if you can see, she's sitting there. She's poised. You can see the scales. Her sword is going straight up in the air. This is ruled by Venus. So this is your planet. And this is about balance, okay? Love, harmony, desire. This is the only card in the Major Arcana that represents like the pronoun of we. Okay, so everything else is I. But this is the one that's we, okay? So this is about relationships or about balance, right? So how could they have something to balance if there's not two of them? So this is where it's balance or partnership, okay? So it's the only sign in the zodiac that actually has that. So it's harmonizing, advice, sit down and reflect, and they want you to try to sit still. When you sit still, it allows yourself to be quiet. Get a quiet mind, okay? This right here, you'll get a quiet mind, because right now it's not like that. So then when you get a clear, quiet mind, then you actually can see clearly on how to work with karma, okay? Because karma is going to happen no matter what. But when we can see clear, then we make choice decisions, okay? She's poised. You see how she's not all in disarray or upset. She's calm. She's clear-minded. She makes clear choices, okay? There's fairness, truth. This could also be like a marriage. It could be legal. It could be like anything legal. Or it also, you know, marriage is legal. So it also could be marriage, because marriage is a partnership, right? So that is, they want you to, you know, seek inward, comfort from spirit and source. Get out of your heads. Get a clear mind. Sit poised. Sit down in quiet stillness. It allows you to get a clear mind. And then you can learn how to work with karma, okay? And then you'll make choice decisions, and she's poised, and it all balances out fairly, truth, law, like I said, okay? And the reason why I know this is going to work out is because here's the Wheel of Fortune, okay? The Wheel of Fortune is number 10 in the Major Arcana, and this is where it's a wheel, right? It's like the law of tarot. You can see tarot in the middle of this. These are the 4 6 signs of the zodiac. And the 4 6 signs... oh my gosh, the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. So that is because whatever these zodiac symbols are always in the middle of each season, so they're fixed. They stay there. They don't ever move. They're right in the middle of each season, okay? And that would be Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. I wouldn't doubt if you were dealing with a Leo. This card also represents Jupiter, which Jupiter is expansive, but this is life cycle. So you're going to, this is a new cycle coming, right? And it's come to like you changed to a new cycle. So there's cycles in everything, okay? Karma, there's always karma. It's either upper or lower, right? And there are no accidents. So they're saying whatever decision, every action is a choice. Every choice that we make is going to create, there's a wheel, right? Just like our energy. Whatever we put out, every thought, every feeling, whatever we put out in the universe is what's going to come back to us. Whatever decisions we make is going to come back to us. And I'm not saying that you're having bad karma, because if you were, this would be in reverse, and it's not. So the cycles are turning. It's going to be a new cycle now. Now, do you remember those two cards that came out? That makes sense. This is the World card and this card. So this right here, the World card is the last card of the major arcana, and this is on the lower polarity. So something's not over, okay? Something's not complete. Something's not final, okay? So this is where you're going to get a clear mind, and you're going to shift whatever's going on, and then letting you know that something is not over. And then here we are with the Two of Wands. Remember, I said you're dealing with fire sign. You have to be dealing with fire sign, Libra. But you don't have to be. I mean, not every Libra is going to be going through the same exact things. So take it as it resonates, but just be the energy that you are in or they're in, okay? So this is the Lord of Dominion. That's two. Partnerships, balance, right? He's got his hand. He's holding the world in his hand. So the world is in your hands. And he's got his other hand on this wand, okay? That gives him the power, the vitality, the spirit, the source, the drive, the passion, right? So this card, the Lord of Dominion, means that he stands there and he's surveying his land, okay? And he's got the world in his hands. Now, Dominion doesn't mean dominant. That's not what it means. So he is the ruler, if you will, but he has learned to treat everybody, including the people. There is nobody beneath him, okay? So he treats every human being, every soul, the same as him. So there's nobody above him, there's nobody below him. He never looks down on anybody, okay? And that also goes for animals. So even if there's a squirrel in his land, he's going to treat that squirrel the same way he would treat himself, or the same way he would treat anybody else. Meaning that every single soul is important, every single soul matters, and every single soul deserves to be treated fairly and equally, no matter what position or what hierarchy they are. We forget that in our society. There's only one person that sits higher than us, and it's not us. So we don't have a right to look down on anybody. We have to treat everybody fairly, whether you're the ruler of their castle or the mayor of the town or the president of the United States. Every soul should treat every other soul exactly the same, including animals, because they are also souls, and they have feelings, and they are just as important as the next human being. Okay, and I don't care what anybody says, and everybody can fight me on that. That's the way it is, and that's how we create our karma. Okay, so that is your reading, and we're going to just clarify really quickly here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, guys. I want my readings to be able to reach more people. Look at that, guys. Yes, 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 yes. And whatever you're going through, don't worry about it. The Wheel of Fortune card just came back up again. Nice. That's awesome. That's good luck. You're turning something around. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So if you are wondering when this is going to balance itself out, it's here. You are the Justice card. I love it when people get their cards. Yep, there's the Leo card. What did I say, guys? Oh, I'm good. You have to be dealing with the Leo, or just the energy of the, like you're going through maybe the lesson of the Strength card even, or your person. But we often mirror. Nice. We often mirror our counterparts. So, I'm not going to take those. That's way too many. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and True Patient, True Miracle. Can we just have one or two, please? One or two? Because we took so many of the main ones. We get one or two to clarify for Libra. Maybe we don't need it, because this is just great. Those two cards, really speak for themselves. They're awesome. So, there we go. Okay. And another one flip over? Nope, that's it. I don't really want to end on that Seven of Cups, though, because that's going to be kind of confusing. Okay, you're letting go of something that doesn't serve you. Awesome. Okay, awesome. Okay, so here we go. So the first one is the Wheel of Fortune. There's a cycle that's changing for the better, right? If it was going this way, it's now going this way. It's going to go the right way, okay? How did you do that? There's the Strength card. The Strength card is number 8 in the Major Arcana. That's seeking solutions. It's also Leo. And right here you can see she's taming that lion, okay? And that lion is very fierce. It's like a fire. It's wild. It could kill her, right? But she is calming this wild beast with her loving, calming nature. So my favorite analogy of this is just like a fire, right? It could get wild and then out of hand, it could kill people, right? So when the firemen go fight the fire, do you ever see the firemen go and fight it with fire? No, they don't. Why don't they? Because it's going to get more enraged and it's going to kill more people and themselves, right? So what do? They fight it with water, right? Water is our emotion. Water is cups, and that's our emotions, feelings, relationships. So what she does is she is calming this beast with her loving, calming nature, okay? Meaning that even when people come at us and do bad things to us, say bad things to us, call us names, we cannot turn around and go and do the same thing, because then we are just as bad, if not worse, than the people that were doing it to us. But we're actually worse because we're doing it with intent. We're doing it with the idea of harming somebody. So that's where we need to learn with the justice card and everything else, that things to learn how to sport royally. That yes, people are going to come in this world and piss us off, or sorry, I'm trying not to swear. They're going to make us mad. They're going to do things to us that are hurt our feelings. Okay, whether it's intentional or not, hey, like I said, there's only one person up there that can judge. Remember that Two of Wands? And that's not us. Okay, we don't get to choose the karma for other people. We don't get to decide whether it's right or wrong. Okay, we know that it was wrong to us and it hurt us, and that's all we need to worry about is us. We don't turn around and act the same way, because we are just as bad as them, if not worse, if we do that. Because we don't have that right. Everything that you just complained about that person doing to you is now null and void because you just turned around and did it yourself. You can't say don't effing swear. That's not the way that it works, right? So this is where you need to learn how to get inner strength and know how to calm with your loving, calming nature, okay? And then here's the Seven of Cups. So Cups represents our feelings, emotions, relationships. Sevens are illusionary success. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. You see right here, he's like, oh, what do I choose? But this maybe somebody made the wrong decision. Somebody chose the wrong thing. And sometimes we do that, right? Sometimes we don't choose what's in our best interest because of emotions or whatever's going on, right? But this is Venus and Scorpio. This is the Lord of illusionary success. Okay, so there's so many things that we desire. Okay, but when it's up or our higher polarity, there are some things. There's some things that we should be able to determine what's going to make us happy. And I'm telling you right now, there's nothing physically in this world that's ever going to make us happy. What makes us happy is inside of us. What makes us whole is inside of us. We keep looking on this outer 3D world for things that are, to make us happy or what we want. And we're looking in the wrong places, because there's nothing in this physical 3D world that's ever going to make us happy or whole. It's inside of us, okay? So everybody needs to quit looking for outer things to try to, we often try to look for things in this 3D world to make us happy or complete us, but that's where we're getting it wrong, because that's not ever going to do that. And it's crazy to think that any one thing will ever make us happy. It's not. That's not what's going to make us happy. So the next one is the Three of Swords in reverse, which is good. Okay, so threes are understanding. So now you come to an understanding, or there's an understanding where this sorrow or this pain came from. And these swords right here that cut so deep, they can now fall out and they can start to heal again. Why? Because you have chosen to let something go that is not serving you. This is a Devil card. This is Capricorn. These two people are chained at this podium and they're turning into him. So my favorite thing with him is his lesson is, that what you're delving in is not serving you, and yet you still choose to delve in it. So I'm going to sit here and make sure that you learn it the hard way, right? Because that's what we choose. We choose to do that. But the illusion of this all is that the chains are loose on these people, and they're easily can be taken off. But the only people that can take off those chains are you, okay? But the more that you stay here and the more you do this, the more you turn into them. So that's why I'm saying, do everything with, no matter how hard it is. We all have a soul, we all have a heart, we all have a conscience. No matter what's going on and how bad it is, or how, honestly, people that hurt us, those are the ones that need prayer the most. So pray for them. And that's would be the hardest thing in the world, but that is love, absolute love, when you pray for somebody else besides yourself. Okay, and then like I said, do everything with absolute love and light. Just you change the cycle, which is great. Keep that cycle going, keep that karma going. Everything we put out is what's going to come back. We can't cut corners, guys, and we can't like pretend to be a good person. We have to have good intent and do everything with love and light, because God is all knowing and all seeing, and he's going to know, and this is the universe's world, so we can't hide. We can't trick. They know everything that we do. So just letting you know that. I'm not saying that that's what you're doing. I'm just saying, like, you know, try to get to that place where you know that anything that's actually done to us has nothing to do with us, right? That often people do hurt us, and it's not for the lack of love for us. It's a lack of love for the people who hurt us, because they were never able to heal the pains or the wounds that they have inside of them. It's not really about you, and I hope that you know that. It's really about them. So that's when you need to, how do we change it? Well, be the change you want to see. If they hurt you, then let's try to heal them. Let's try to change it, because they're hurt, right? I'm not trying to justify anything, because I know that some situations are not that easy. Easier said than done. I get it. People hurt us, and it's hard. It hurts us so bad, but we don't have that right to bleed onto other people, and they don't either. So, you know, it's got to stop somewhere. So be the change you want to see. Do everything with love and light. All right, there's your reading, Libra. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light.